Mr. Pizza said in the chat. Insert TK17 noise here. Ism said in the chat. LMAO, are we gonna talk about yet? Mr. Pizza said in the chat. Talk about what now?
Hey, what is up everybody? It's not a newbie. Back in the building. Yet another stream.
Yeah, West.
How's it going everybody? What's up Mr. Pizza? What's up ISM? Good to see you guys here in the chat. I know I haven't streamed this week yet. Just kind of been chilling a little bit. Wouldn't say that I was burnt out necessarily, but I think it was
in a lot of trouble.
yeah, there's some other stuff there's some things I needed to do, some things that I wanted to do that I wanted to try and make sure that I took care of. I've been streaming a lot more than usual, and so I think it's not necessarily bad. I wasn't getting burnt out, but it's probably good that I scaled it back a little bit. I'm probably gonna try not to stream as much this week, but when I do stream, I'm gonna try to bring that that quality as usual. This track here is a lo-fi beat by Riddiman called Serenity. Let me know if you like these lo-fi tunes. I don't usually play lo-fi tunes, but yeah, I figured that let's see. Yeah, I figured I might as well try it out because I know that lo-fi seems to be kind of popular. So let me check what is going on in the chat right here. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Kanye. That's gonna be the lead story that we're doing. ISM said it's a non-copyright. I think it's non-copyright. He said it's free for profit use. This is what it says in the description. So yeah, I hope that it's copyright free. Let's see. How you guys doing? I'm about to get into this Kanye situation. Also, if you guys have not seen Thorbin's video about the whole situation with the steak war, definitely go watch his video. I mean, feel free to watch mine too, but I mean, his video, what am I gonna say? His video is better. So
free for profit use equals copyright free.
I don't think that's 100% true, because it could be true that he puts a copyright on it if you don't like reach out to him for like a license or something. Let's see here. Let me pull this up here. Almost got all the stories I need. Let's see here. Well, I almost forgot here. Let me pull this up. This is gonna be a fun stream. I'm reacting to some things that I think you guys would be interested to see my take on.
You don't hold accountability to
Let's
my
see.
pain. You're being a Karen.
I'm talking about. I'm not a Karen.
To the
And
pain.
I'm not a Karen.
Let's see. Why is the computer freezing? Okay. Let's get into this here. Let me pull this up.
Said in the chat. I will definitely be done before 10 because I have been sick.
Dang, man, I'm sorry about your cold. I heard about your cold. That really stinks, man. I'm sorry about that. Oh my goodness. I don't think I have time to, man, there's so much Kanye content that I want to get to. I just don't have the time to cover. But I think I need to go ahead and start my coverage because I do want to play some PUBG tonight. And I'm never gonna get to the PUBG if I don't start my commentary pretty quickly. Let's see here. Anyways, the lead story for today is, of course, Kanye getting kicked off of Twitter. Now, hold up. Where's the Kanye tweet? Because I wanted to see if I could pull up his tweet.
Said in the chat. LMAO, everything that has come out of Yes mouth is making headlines.
Yeah, and some of it is legitimate. Like some of it's like the funny thing is, it doesn't matter if he's right or if he's wrong. Kanye's always going to be in the news, and I think that's kind of crazy. Okay, here we go. So we have this post, right, that Kanye West posted. Kanye West's Twitter. Let's see. Kanye West's Twitter, Instagram blocked over offensive posts. The policies to social networks prohibit the posting of offensive language. Which, by the way, when this came out initially, I was shocked that this tweet wasn't banned. His account wasn't locked quicker, because this is the kind of thing that was like automatic. You would assume would get you banned from Twitter. I'm not gonna read this just because, first of all, I don't agree. Second of all, I don't want like YouTube to hit me with the ban hammer because I'm saying something hateful and racist. This is kind of what he's saying. He's kind of going against the Jews. And after Kanye West pretty firmly stood against the Jewish community responded, banning him from the bank. No, in all seriousness, following getting banned from this tweet for this tweet going off about Jewish people for whatever reason, a bank decides to ban him from their bank, and I think that the timing is pretty funny. Definitely, I'm definitely not on what the energy that Kanye's on. I'm not a big fan of banks basically saying, hey, you're not allowed to use our banks because you have like bad opinions or bad thoughts. Also, I think because of the nature of his tweets, they should have waited a little bit more, because I think it just plays into his narrative that like Jews are bad people who are out to get him, because he's probably going to say he's going to say stuff like Jews run the banks. I think it's like something that he would say. So it's first of all, I'm pretty surprised that no one's making the pretty obvious joke that is to be made here. But second of all, I think that overall terrible move to get banned from a bank just for any reason. Banks should be a place where anybody can just use to store money. It shouldn't be a political thing where it's like, oh, if you have the right politics, you can use the bank. Like, what kind of stupidness is this? Kanye, so here we have Candace Owens kind of responding, saying earlier today I learned that Kanye West was officially kicked out of JP Morgan Chase Bank. It was said no official reason given. Yeah, we all know the reason. And so kind of after this, we had this where allegedly Kanye West apologizes. Let's check this out. I haven't seen this yet, but it'll be interesting to see what this apology is like.
You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
I'm talking about. I'm not a Karen.
To the pain.
I'm not a Karen, and I'm not going to cancel you, and I'm not going to uncensor you. I'm simply going to challenge you on what you're saying. I think you don't understand the pain that you've been causing with some of these comments. And I think that one in particular, I can understand.
Oh my God.
Now, this is interesting considering the fact that Piers Morgan is I don't know if he considers himself a liberal. He's honestly more of like a centrist, which I mean, centrists, in modern culture might as well be alt-righties. But he's more of a centrist. I think that most people would view him as someone who leans to the right. So it is nice to see someone who leans to the right push back against the anti-Semitism that Kanye West is spewing here, because this anti-Semitism is very, very dangerous, and it is rampant throughout the Black community, especially when you look at the Black Hebrew Israelites community. The left has trouble kind of holding the Black community accountable for a lot of the racism that happens in some very small, granted, subsets within our community. And I think that's in general a pretty bad thing, because, you know, the left are the groups who say Black people can do no wrong. Well, what happens when a bunch of, you know, random people, Black people in New York, are like knocking out like a bunch of like Asian folks? Like that's an issue. So let's see here. How crazy you have to be to make Piers Morgan seem like the sane one in the conversation? Well, granted, to be fair to Piers Morgan, I haven't heard a conversation with Piers Morgan where he seemed to be the least all conversations I've heard with Piers Morgan, he seemed to be pretty much the most reasonable person in the room. The only exception to that is his interview with Jordan Peterson, because it was very, very clear and transparent. I don't know why people weren't pointing this out, but it was pretty clear that he was kind of emotionally manipulating Jordan Peterson to get him to cry so that you would have a good moment for a show. I thought that was a little bit scummy, but yeah, no, Piers Morgan generally, at least from what I've seen, has pretty good takes. You know, he generally seems reasonable. Granted, I've only seen like maybe 3 or 4 segments of his show. But I mean, yeah, another thing too, of course, it's pretty easy to look reasonable when you're saying that racism is bad. Like, that's pretty much a slam dunk. So
you don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
I'm talking about. I'm not a Karen.
To the pain.
I'm not a Karen, and I'm not going to cancel you, and I'm not going to answer.
I don't know what pain he's talking about. I wish that this was the whole interview.
You. I'm simply going to challenge you on what you're saying. I think
you
you don't understand the pain that you've been causing with some of these comments. And I think that one in particular, I can understand.
Oh my God.
One thing that's great about this too is that he kind of is appealing to the exact same argument that Kanye's trying to make, where Kanye's trying to say, oh, my pain, my pain, my pain. Well, here, Piers Morgan is saying, well, hey, you want to make this argument about pain, right? Well, what about the pain that you're causing other people?
God forbid.
Said in the chat.
God forbid.
Racism is bad is a pretty based take, NGL.
No, racism is bad is a basic take. It's like the very, very basic level. Everyone should be able to agree that racism is bad. Like, there are 3 things in this world that everyone should be able to come and rally around. Well, there are really 4 things that everyone in society should be able to rally around, but one of them kind of got taken away because society killed God in like, as Nietzsche pointed out, we should be able to rally around the fact that you know, that God exists, but society doesn't really want to do that, so we have to take that away. But there are 3 other things that society, generally speaking, should be able to rally around. 3 basic facts: the sky is green, you know, the sky is blue, grass is green, and racism is bad. So it's not, you know, for something to be basic, it has to be bold and daring. There's nothing bold and daring about saying racism is bad unless you're talking about racism against white people, which in that case would be pretty based.
In particular, I can understand.
Oh my God. God forbid one comment could cause people to feel any of the pain that my people have went through for years.
Now, that's an interesting point here. He's flipping this back and saying, you're minimizing my pain by emphasizing the pain of others over my own, which I think is an interesting take. Definitely doesn't justify being racist, but it's a good rhetorical tool here that he's implementing in this interview.
Even like the blacks being ushered to the left during the civil rights movement. No one is cared about black people. All right. No one is.
Let me say, I agree that the racism.
Kanye has to calm down.
Said in the chat. The sky is green. LMAO newbie out of context.
Come on, y'all. Come on. Hold on. Wait. Kanye has to calm down here, because he is throwing out a whole lot of things. I understand that he's frustrated, right? That he got interrupted. But you can't throw out a bunch of random things and then expect someone not to want to hit back on one of those points.
No one is cared about black people.
All right.
No one is.
Can I say I agree that the racism against black people has been utterly deplorable, shameful, unacceptable, and thank God the world is beginning to move to a better place.
Now, hopefully here he's going to say, well, racism against Jews and other groups is just as bad as racism against black people, because that's a true statement. And it'd be pretty hard for Kanye to weasel out of that.
About the way it has treated black people like you. However, one form of racism here doesn't justify.
It's almost in a better place.
Well, one form of racism doesn't justify another.
Let's go.
I'm finishing my sentence so you can respond. One form of racism. It is racism when you say I'm going death for Jewish people.
That's true. Like, it wouldn't be technically racist if he was like, a lot of Jews are involved in the banks or the media or whatever, because to be fair, you can also look at like various other groups and say, oh, these people control like the media or banks or whatever. You can cherry pick whatever, information that you want to make whatever statement that you want. But generally speaking, that statement is pretty much exclusively used to say racist things. So it's whenever someone brings it up, it's a red flag. If Kanye wanted to, he could say, I was going to say these things that aren't technically racist, but it's a huge red flag if you're going to talk about, Jews owning banks, for example. That's just this massive red flag. In case you guys who are watching or who are in the chat don't know, big red flag if someone's talking about a certain ethnic group controlling a certain sector, especially when it comes to finance or culture.
Position where I've been hurt, and this is the way I had the right to express myself. The point of this interview is for you to question me, and then for me to answer and say, okay, even though the same rules are not applied to my people, if a person with a gun or drugs is pulled over and has three other people in the car, they're all going to jail. I'm not gonna.
It sounds like he wanted to script this interview. He's like, the point of this conversation is for you to tell me this and for me to say this. That's not how interviews work, man. Piers Morgan is not gonna follow your script.
Apply that to Jewish people for the sake of this conversation. Isn't that what you wanted? But you know what you did? You tried to civil rights me. You tried to pull me back to a week ago. But we're here today. There's been plenty of conversations and commentary since that. But you want me to go back to 1960.
No.
You want me to go back to 7 days ago.
All right, let me jump in. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to reflect.
Okay, so have we grown? Have we grown?
Here's how we grow. Here's how we grow.
True.
I want you to reflect.
No, have we grown? Have we grown? You're not in charge of my growth. You're not in charge of my growth, Chris.
Okay, let me phrase it like this. I'm about to suggest to you how you may grow if you choose to grow this way. And you can ignore me. You can ignore me.
Pierce, how much money are you worth?
Not as much as you, sadly.
Exactly. So take my advice. Maybe you'll get rid of it.
I would love to take your business.
This is not about money. That's a red herring fallacy. Red herring fallacy. What that means is when you bring up something that is completely unrelated to whatever you're talking about. This has nothing to do with money at all. I don't know why he brought that up. DJ Ellis Kanye's crazy. He's usually not crazy. I think this is the first time when he's been like it's hard to tell if he's crazy or just mask off. If this is some sort of like belief that he's always held.
Said in the chat.
Why would I listen to you?
LMAO,
what world
does
you hear what my advice is and then work out if I'm wrong? Can we do that deal?
Well, the thing is, you haven't given me any credit or a moment of reflection for the comparison that I made, the brilliant, if I do say so myself, comparison that I made to the cops pulling over one black person and locking everyone up.
I understand what you're saying.
And my tweet having issues. Wait a second, I wasn't done with the sentence. My tweet referring to all Jewish people, I said, for the sake of this conversation, I will refer to the business people who have destroyed me and my people and my fellow creatives. But you didn't even accept that I gave you that. You tried to push me back into 1960.
No,
you tried to push me back into last week.
I'm gonna have to agree with Piers Morgan here. That's not accurate. That's not true.
I gave you.
I understand completely the example you gave me. I think all racism is wrong.
So I feel that we've grown.
I would like you to reflect.
I feel we've grown.
If
you feel we've grown?
If you've now changed what you wanted to say originally, my question for you is, do you now regret saying DEFCON 3 on Jewish people? Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not. You know, I will say I'm sorry for the people that...
Did we get clickbaited? Because he literally said that he does not apologize.
Piers Morgan on this one.
Yeah, no, Piers Morgan isn't a bad guy. He's generally has some good takes. You know, I hedge that because I haven't seen much of what he says, but I mean, I haven't heard him say anything I disagree with so far.
Jewish people. Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not.
Bro, we got clickbaited.
I will say I'm sorry for the people that I hurt with the DEFCON, the confusion that I call. I feel like I cause hurt and confusion. And I'm sorry for the families of the people that had nothing to do with the trauma that I had been through, and that I use my platform where you say hurt people.
Ism.
And I
said
was
in
hurt.
the chat.
It's an uncensored interview.
Are you sorry?
You said
That's interesting.
No smiles like the Joker.
Wished you hadn't said, and you've apologized. I actually think that says a lot about you.
DJ
right? That shows
reacts.
you've got that ability to
Said
be
in the
self-aware.
The problem with Kanye West here is that I think what he said here, he believed the whole time, but he assumed that everybody like looked inside his brain and knew that this is what he meant, and that he didn't want to, he never had the goal of causing harm or like speaking against all Jewish people, I suppose. I mean, he's still playing into racist Jewish cabal ideologies, which is still bad, but I think that what he's saying here is he didn't mean all Jewish people. And I think that he made the erroneous assumption of thinking that everyone knew that he meant a very specific group of people doing a very specific thing, which granted they're not doing, but I think that you can't assume that everybody knows exactly what you mean by what you say. The only thing you can assume is that people think that you mean what you say. So just say what you mean, and then don't try to like abbreviate everything or truncate what you're saying, or like snip out certain parts to make it seem cool and pithy, or like make it click, or make it short, or make it trendy. He sacrificed the integrity and not integrity as far as the legitimacy, because this message still doesn't really have any legitimacy at all, but as far as the maintenance of his statements, he sacrificed having his thoughts be transferred and published in full and exactly what he meant, for just putting something out there real quick and expressing myself. Like, dude needs to slow down and understand that people are going to scrutinize everything they said. Now, granted, I think he's at a point now where he generally doesn't care what people think. So if you're kind of at that point, then it's really hard for me to convince you and be like, hey, think a little bit more about what you're saying, because it might affect other people.
Say hurt people. And I was hurt. Yeah.
It's an uncensored interview. You said something which you've now wished you hadn't said, and you've apologized. I actually think that says a lot about you. Right? That shows you've got that ability to be self-aware, to understand when you cross a line. I think someone like you, with all your energy and creativity and your passion, you're going to say stuff. The way that you talk constantly and in such an extraordinary manner, you're going to trip up. You're going to say things the wrong way. I don't think there's anything wrong in, when you do that, doing what you just did.
Piers Morgan, I think, is being a little bit too charitable, but I think, to be fair, Piers Morgan, like, I've watched and looked at a lot of content from the alt-right, and so I kind of get exactly what Piers Morgan is saying, and I understand that I get what Kanye West is saying, and I understand that what he's saying is still problematic, even like him saying not all Jews is still very problematic, because it still plays in the Jewish cabal ideology, but he's being way too charitable. He's kind of ignoring the fact that he is still saying that that they're like Jews who were evil and working in some group to like be bad or something. So Piers Morgan is being a little light on Kanye West. It is good to be like, hey, it's good to, hey, at least you're saying that not all Jews are bad, but you know, he's got to push back a little bit more in that Jewish cabal narrative. Now, granted, I don't blame him if he's not familiar with the Jewish cabal narrative. I don't think most people are all that familiar with the Jewish cabal narrative, like ISM, DJLL, Mr. Pizza. Do you guys know what the Jewish cabal, the so-called Jewish cabal is? You probably don't. So it's a very obscure ideology in the grand scheme of things, which is why I kind of am giving Piers Morgan a pass on this. But for future reference, yeah, that's kind of where he's going. He's still saying something that's pretty racist and problematic. You know, you're not technically wrong that it's good that he is kind of saying not all Jews, but it's still bad that he's saying Jews.
Lennox,
you're going to say things the wrong way.
Said in the chat.
I don't think there's anything wrong with what you're doing.
Hey, what's up, Lennox?
I'm sorry, I crossed the line. I apologize.
Said in the chat.
I want to say that it's wrong to
LMAO,
hold an
no, I'm not
apology
too
hostage,
familiar.
and I gotta let go of that and free myself of the trauma and say, look, I'm just gonna give it all up to God right now and say to those families that are hurt, you know, I really want to give you guys a big hug, and I want to I say I'm sorry for hurting you with my comments, and I want to word it in not in like a political way, but in a presidential way, which means what I knew a president to be when I was growing up.
Interesting.
DJ
well, I don't know if I'm gonna support Kanye West this time around for the presidential election.
Of a Jewish cabal. I don't know how to spell LMAO.
No, it's CABAL. It's CABAL. Well, that was interesting. I wasn't expecting Piers Morgan to be so light on Kanye West. It was great that he eked out that admission, though, that he didn't mean to disparage all Jews. I think that was helpful, I think, to most people to have more clarity on what it was that he meant. Even though it's still problematic, I think it's good that he kind of got that out into the open. Hey, Lennox, so what's up? How's it going? Let's see here. Let me see. Do any of you guys happen to have PUBG? Because I'm going to be playing PUBG after this. So if anyone wants to play unranked PUBG, because I have the free version, which is unranked, let me know. I'll be down to play. Let's see. What else should I react to? Oh, I should definitely react to this. I've been really excited to cover this because this is some really, really good and really, really exciting news.
Said in the chat. I don't have PUBG, just Fortunty. Ism. Said in the chat. Unless it's free, I can download it on my new PC. PUBG is free. It's the version that is PUBG is free. So basically what they did was they made unranked gameplay free. So now, like, as long as you're not playing let's see, as long as you're not playing ranked gameplay, then it'll be free. Where is the okay, I'm having trouble finding a full clip of everything that I'm looking for, which sucks. I should have been a little bit better prepared for this, especially considering that I've really been excited and looking forward to covering this. We're going to get into some Twitch thought drama. Now it turns out, you know, a lot of you guys in the chat are probably familiar with who said in the chat. Alright. I probably won't tonight if it's my first time playing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would still download it. I would especially download it if you're not playing now, because then by the time you're ready to play, it'll be there.
Anyways, most of you guys in the chat are probably somewhat familiar with this streamer. You probably hate her, not gonna lie, based on some things you guys have said about Twitch before. But I think that this story is pretty interesting, pretty it's dark, it's pretty sick, but it's important that it's covered, I think, because I think people look at this type of Twitch content and they assume that people are creating it out of their own free will. They don't feel any coercion. They don't feel pressured or like they have to keep on making a certain type of content. Well, here we had the case of Amaranth. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Amaranth, the whole Amaranth situation, it recently came. It was basically recently made public that Amaranth and her husband was basically pimping her out to Twitch, forcing her to make sexual content that she didn't want to do. So eventually everything came to a head because the dude was pretty much controlling every aspect of Amaranth's life, and she had kind of had enough of it. It hit a breaking point, so she went public with everything. Things got messy. Cops were called multiple times over the course of 48 hours. But everything ended up in this amazing, heartwarming moment right here.
Wow.
And I don't have to
That's
wear
horrible.
cleavage every day. I can wear clothes. Master has given Dobby a sock. Dobby is free.
Like, this moment is like so. I've been replaying this moment just because it's like it's really, really cool to kind of see someone who's kind of been abused, manipulated, controlled, kind of have some of her own autonomy back, be allowed to do what she wants to do, kind of make some more wholesome, genuine, authentic content, be more herself. Looking, if you guys had a chance to look at the clips of Amaranth, which I'm not going to react to, in part because everybody else has already reacted to them. You can find them in abundance online, and in part just because it's pretty hard to watch, if I'm going to be honest. But it was just very, very terrible, really, really awful the way that he was treating her. And this clip I have not seen yet, but Amaranth kind of talks about her husband, I guess, how things are with him now.
And I think that when he heard himself on that call, it really sunk in.
Okay, I have heard this part.
How much of an asshole he is. It's like you never fucking realized, idiot.
That's interesting.
So as of today, though, I have access to all of my accounts and finances again.
Nice.
He's not here. He's getting help. And I'm seeking...
I'm just going to say...
Said in the chat.
that, being like, oh, he's getting help should not comfort anybody in this situation. Because I think that someone like him, I don't think help would help. He doesn't need help. He needs jail. So, like... I don't think that being like, oh, don't worry, guys, he's getting help. No. Put him in jail. Put him behind bars.
Legal and emotional counsel. I'm like, do I drink? Do I stay hydrated? I don't know which one right now. But yeah, I've had a lot of people reach out to offer their help.
By the way, on a side note, it shocks me how many people genuinely enjoy drinking Gatorade.
And support, including like legal help, places to stay, etc. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Anyways, kind of a reprieve from the darker coverage of Amaranth's content. I think it's really, really great and amazing that she is kind of, like she said, she is free now. She is kind of let loose from the reign of her her husband, who I think they're getting a divorce now, and she's allowed to make the content that she wants to make, no longer being kind of controlled and abused perpetually against her will, which I mean I guess should kind of go without saying. If you're being abused, one would think that it's not not consensual at all. But it's just great. It's just great. It's really great. All right, let's see. Let's see. Give me a sec. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Somebody wanted to ask me some questions about what I was talking about. When my siblings heard what I was talking about, she was like, "What?" And I was like, "I'm talking about the in-ring situation." So yeah, she wants me to make a clip of my coverage. So I think I'll do that. What the heck? I completely forgot that this happened. Hold on, I can't believe that I forgot about this because you know what? Screw it. I'm not covering this. I didn't want to give this airtime. I don't want to talk about this whole conversation, mostly because of how the drama started. I just don't want to cover, that particular subject matter. I'm going to cover something else. Now, this is more Piers Morgan. This is more Piers Morgan related content. You know, not Kanye West, not political per se. But apparently, the thumbs up emoji hate is fake. I remember hearing a lot of stuff about this, how Gen Z is canceling the thumbs up sign. Let's see if we're not.
The thumbs up emoji hate is fake.
Generation Z, of course.
Well, I guess it is fake then.
Upset by absolutely everything. They see the thumb up emoji. It's seen as rude or passive aggressive.
It's at the center of a media
I did hear
circus
stuff about
where
this.
outlets are attempting to whip up the tired generational divide story by asserting all of Gen Z thinks the thumbs up is passive aggressive, thus provoking the rage of millions who use it every day. This idea was sourced from a 10-month-old Reddit post with just over 100 upvotes, hardly enough to represent a real story, as well as a comment from a 24-year-old, which is hardly the young teenage demographic news outlets present. And there are people within that thread commenting just how much they love the emoji, which just goes to show how little attention is paid to it. However, the thumb is a widely used image many are attached to, thus gaining attention from countless online demographics and thus furthering the extremely old new generation does dumb stuff clickbait train.
I mean, I do.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Passive aggressive.
This is nothing new. Only a few years ago, the buzzword millennial was seen across the world. Millennials are killing the diamond industry, millennials are eating Tide Pods, with none of it actually rooted in truth.
Millennial. Wait. Say this. Wait. Go back.
New. Only a few years ago, the buzzword millennial was seen across the world. Millennials are killing the diamond industry, millennials are eating Tide Pods.
Millennials are killing the beer industry. Like, there are far fewer young people drinking beer, especially far younger people drinking alcohol. Non-alcoholic beer, you can see here, is kind of growing right now. But just beer in general is going down. Alcohol is going down. So that aspect is pretty true.
With none of it actually rooted in truth. These stories only blow up because millennials were considered young and defenseless, and now that they aren't, another target is in the crosshairs. Furthering these similarities is the fact that before
there's nothing more unpredictable than one generation calling the next generation bad, or saying that everything about them that's different is bad. It's pretty rare. You don't see that very often.
When news stories covered the weird surrealism of Gen Z humor, there were news articles covering the weird surrealism of millennial humor. The grind just keeps going, and in this instance, the grinders decided that the newest generation hate thumbs up because they believe it to be too passive-aggressive, based on a single post on Reddit with minimal engagement.
I didn't know. I had no idea that this was based on just one Reddit post.
how shitty tabloid media cycles have been for the past 10 years. A couple lines from a social media post can be used to represent an entire generation. It could be argued these headlines have become memes themselves. The idea that the thumbs up emoji is receiving hate is definitely a meme, as it is shared relentlessly to the point where it is instantly recognizable on a global scale. The idea that young people are ridiculous and not to be listened to because they're too weird to understand has also become an intergenerational meme, easily edited to apply to any demographic. After all, much of this Gen Z cancels emoji hysteria seems inspired by stories about the laughing crying emoji from a year or two ago, as well as articles.
Well, that's interesting because this is actually true. You know, the laughing emoji has been replaced with the skull emoji, which I think is pretty dumb.
Area seems inspired by stories about the laughing crying emoji from a year or two ago, as well as articles about the smiley face, which were both just sourced from TikTok.
That one sucks too, because if you look at the Google smiley face, the Google smiley face emoji is so freaking cute. Hold on, let me see. Google smiley. Like, it's so cute, and it used to be my favorite emoji. But then I was like texting people, and they were like, "Why are you using that emoji? That's passive aggressive." This emoji. Look at the smiley face. Isn't the smiley face cute? Like, look at this. Look at the look at the smile. Like, I don't understand it. I still think the smiley face emoji is cute. I still use it around people who don't think that it's passive aggressive.
Talks. It plays into the untrue Gen Z will cancel and are triggered by anything, even emojis, clickbait. Any person can agree on the fact that all emojis require context. Sure, one can use a thumbs up emoji in a passive aggressive manner, but every single other emoji can be used in exactly the same way. In short, if you see a buzzword headline like Gen Z are canceling things, then just roll your eyes and move on with your day, because this tactic
said in the chat. The Google smiling emoji gives me comfort.
Yeah, it's nice. It's just like it's cool. It's cool. I like the emoji. I think it's cute. I like the nice little smile. It's very basic and simple. It's great. It's great. It's great. And I hate the fact that it's kind of being deprecated by people who always think there's passive aggressive. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's just a smile. Calm down.
It's been used for years and shouldn't be taken seriously anymore. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know in the comments below.
I remember.
Interesting. I think I'll still use the thumbs up emoji though.
So, said in the chat.
All right, let's see here.
Heading to bed too.
Oh, all right. See you, LinuxO. It's good to have you in the chat, man. It's nice to catch you because I feel like I don't really catch you very often. Now, let's see here. This, I don't know why or how I found this video, but this is the oldest video on Patrick CC's YouTube channel. I think it'd be interesting to just give this a look, kind of see where his channel started. I guess it started with this one video.
My name is Patrick CC, and I'm passionate about creators and creativity. Those are very vague terms. There's a lot of things that you could be doing that could be deemed as...
You know what's interesting about this is that he's closer to this credo now than he was 2 years ago. About making videos about creators and creativity. Two to 3 years ago, he was strictly a hip-hop YouTuber, so that's interesting.
My name is Patrick CC, and I'm passionate about creators and creativity. Those are very vague terms. There's a lot of things that you could be doing that could be deemed as creative. When I refer to creators, I'm not talking about fine artists or sculptors or anything of that nature. I'm mostly talking about music, producers, content creators, maybe even photographers, maybe videographers, YouTubers, mostly people who are spreading their content via digital media. Over the years, I've noticed that although I'm a creator myself, and I do have plenty of good ideas and skill sets, I'm a lot better at recognizing talent and maybe promoting and being able to expand the reach of somebody.
Yo, did he foretell that one album that he made where he basically put a whole lot of people on because he basically DJ Khaleded an album? Yo, there's so much in this video already at 40 seconds that he's already accomplished and or is doing right now.
In a sense, I know a lot of people that are better than me, have more skill, I guess you could say, but I'm better at getting more audience, getting more traction, getting more impressions, getting more views or likes.
If he came around like 15 years earlier, he would have started a label or some sort of media company.
There's no real job. There's no easy way to define what I'm good at. So that's where this YouTube platform comes in. It's just me, my story as a content creator, but it's more about you as a content creator, or you that loves other content creators. It's about the people who are not trying to go and work a regular job or do what society tells you to do.
That's cool.
Going
That's
and
cool.
following their passion, doing what they love. And I want to promote those people, whether they have millions of followers and fans or they have nothing. And I want you, whoever's watching, which I know right now is not very many people.
This video still has 3,925 views, which is crazy to me considering the fact that this dude has 1 million subscribers. Usually, eventually, even the older videos will get more views.
But I want you to come along. And I want to show you what kind of creativity is out there and maybe something you're missing out on.
One thing that's really cool about this video is that, look, very clearly, Patrick CC had, when he started his channel, what a lot of people don't have when they start their channels nowadays, a goal, a purpose for the YouTube channel. He knew what he wanted to do with his platform. Like a lot of people now want to make a channel just to make a channel, and they don't know like why. They don't know what they want to talk about. They don't want to know, you know, their persona, the style. It's so cool to see him recognize exactly what he wants to do with his content, and then just going out and doing it. Like that's pretty cool. And I think it actually can help your channel if you know, if you give your channel an identity from the beginning and then you start going off. Like my Not a Newbie Dude channel, which is now my personal channel, I used to just throw everything up there. Everything. And it was crazy. But now I'm able to curate audiences based on the types of content that people like watching. If you're a boomer who likes unboxing videos, I do unboxing videos whenever I get a new DVD or a Blu-ray. If you like watching, live content, I have the Not a Newbie Streams channel. If you like watching, clips or commentary videos or funny moments, I have the Not a Newbie Clips channel. So, I went and made new channels after I made my initial personal channel because I realized, hey, I want to make these videos that have this certain identity. I can't just throw it all up randomly. And I can't use a channel that didn't have an identity from the get-go. I needed to make something new that fit exactly what I wanted to make. Patrick CC did a wonderful job of kind of staying true to his initial goal, to his mission statement, I suppose one would call it, all throughout, in some manner or form, all throughout these years since 2018, and that's really cool to see. All right, well, I think it's time to get into PUBG. I don't have tons of time, but I think I do have time to play a few matches, so this will be fun. Let me see here. Let me pull this out. By the way, if you guys have content you want me to react to, feel free to throw it into the react request section of the Discord. This does not mean that I will absolutely react to it. A lot of it's like the type of content that, some of it's the type of content that I don't really want to react to be honest. But some of it is content that I like reacting to. So feel free to join the Discord. Link is in the description below. And yeah, suggest things for me to react to. Suggest news you want me to react to too. That is found on the react. Top of the morning, or top of the hour. Top of the hour channel. Oh man, PUBG has an update. No, it says it's ready to launch. I think. No, it says it's downloading. That's not. Well, how's it going, chat? What did you think of all the stuff I covered and reacted to? And let me know if there's any like news or drama you want me to cover or react to, or
better yet, if there are any topics for me to cover, because I think it would be better to cover topics than to cover news, because news are things that like just like kind of like fade away. You know, people stop caring about them after a bit. But topics generally are things that kind of last for a while, you know? People are probably watching 5-year-old videos about dating right now on YouTube. So, yeah, it's pretty dumb that it's taking this long to, Oh, wait, no. Did it already download the update? Because it's updating now. Is there a new version of Minecraft out? I thought I saw something about a new Minecraft version being out. Oh, apparently there's a new version. It's 1.20? This is interesting. I wonder if you guys know about this. Avery here in the chat said Minecraft 1.20 features are available to play with now. Boot up the latest snapshot and create a new world. In the world creation menu, go to the data packs screen and add the 2 packs that show up to add 1.20 features to the world. Pretty cool. Didn't know you could do that. Well, PUBG is still updating.
Said in the chat.
I kind of wish. Oh, hey, what's up, Mike? I kind of wish I'd checked PUBG for updates before I launched it. Let's see.
Mike.
Now I can't even play CS:GO either.
Drinking 2 cans of Monster from
So I think
studying how's you.
2 cans of Monster for midterm studying. I'm drinking non-alcoholic beer and I'm about to play some video games. Let's see. I'm gonna leave this up on the screen. I think I might play some single player Halo. It says it's got maybe 5-6 minutes left. We'll see how far I get in Halo before PUBG launches. Well, actually, I don't even know. You know what? I'm not gonna even have time to load Halo. I'll just keep on hanging with chat for now. Also, Mike, I didn't know you were in school. Are you in like college or like high school? I know a lot of people that watch me are in high school, so was 100% sure.
Official Mike said in the chat. I drink a Monster to boost my studying abilities cause I know my brain's mentally weak.
Yeah, I think most of us do, to be honest. Most of us who drink it while studying, anyways. I'm gonna go ahead and launch Master Chief because PUBG keeps on like saying that it'll be launching in 5 minutes and then launching in 5 hours. So I don't really like being stuck in the limbo.
Official Mike said in the chat. If I were to make a YTP of you, would you react to it if it was dirty? Official Mike.
It depends on how dirty it is.
University bio major.
It depends on how dirty it is. Like if it's like really, really dirty, like I'm not gonna. The main thing is like I'm not gonna react to stuff that's like really dumb, like gay jokes or sex jokes. Like I'm not gonna. And that's not really funny at all. Like it's not good humor. It's just like I say something inappropriate. Yeah, woo, big humor.
Official Mike said in the chat. I drink till I start twitching from the caffeine.
Yeah, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. I've never had caffeine make me twitch though. Yeah, I've never had it make me twitch. The craziest thing that caffeine has ever made me do is fall asleep. True story. Which is kind of crazy. Like, I literally took a bunch of caffeine. Well, not just took a bunch of caffeine. One time I was, it's kind of crazy. Caffeine kind of has an unpredictable effect on me, which is one reason why I tend not to drink caffeine anymore. One time there was a TPUSA event because I was a member of the TPUSA organization on campus, and I was attending it. And I was like, hey, I'm really tired. I mean, I'm not like really tired, but like I'm kind of tired. And I know I'm going to be like pretty tired during this lecture. So I'm going to drink some caffeine, you know, to kind of help me stay awake during the lecture. So I go and I, you know, grab a coffee, whatever. And then I go and I drink it, and then I drink it, and like 5 minutes later, I'm like, almost asleep. Like, what the heck happened? So then I learned that, you know, caffeine does not affect me the way that it affects a lot of other people. I don't know why Halo keeps on freezing. Oh, hold on. I think I know what it might be. You know what? I think I need to stop, or at least pause PUBG. What's happening was PUBG was using 100% of my disk resources. So I think that's why Halo wouldn't load. Well, let me close Halo again. Try opening it. Apparently Halo needs to use your hard drive in order to work. Yeah, no, I probably won't like your YTPs, but you shouldn't take it personally because I don't like most YTPs.
DJLL reacts. Said in the chat. I drank 3 coffees today. DJLL reacts. Said in the chat. 1 iced regular, 2 decaf.
Oh, 2 decaf. Okay, I was about to say. Like if I tried drinking
Said in the chat. You wouldn't like the Liberator and the quest for brain cells.
I was about to say if I tried drinking 3 coffees today, I don't think I'd be able to make it halfway through the third one without just literally passing out. When like the Liberator and the quest for brain cells. Yeah, I don't know. It's generally it's a safe assumption to say if it's a YTP, I won't like it.
Official Mike said in the chat. Ha 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 ha, Liberators said edgy joke, ha ha, honestly you'd like our of Pope Friars rubbing wood of Nottingham. Official Mike.
Yeah, that's high quality humor right there, boys.
The black and green ones.
That's some real Chris Rock level humor. It's some quality. Poop jokes, woo. You've got the highest level of comedy in the chat, boys. I'm sorry, it's just lame. Oh, that's right. I forgot I have a gamepad plugged in here now. No, I don't, actually. Alright, I'm gonna put up my hoodie just because it's kind of cold.
Official Mike said in the chat. Friars rubbing wood of Nottingham actually has a plot and editing and stuff.
Yeah, and I'll always admire, let's see here. I'll always admire the various, the editing. Because I think the editing is, you know, it takes a lot of effort to get that editing in. But at the same time, at its core, it's lazy content.
Said in the chat. We Canadians love cold.
Oh. Well, I mean, I can't say that I'm from Canada. So there's that.
Covenant are advancing through your sector. You need to stop them in their tracks.
This is just RPG firefight, I think. So.
Official Mike said in the chat. Hey race, a video you might like. Optimus Prime is a jerk, the nerdist.
Nice. I might include it in my next reaction stream then. If it's a video I might like.
First strike, triple kill.
DJLL reacts. Said in the chat. Canada. It's Canada.
I know it's Canada. I'm literally just messing around.
Double kill. Killing spree.
Yo.
Mike said in the chat. Don't worry, I think he's American.
Yeah, I'm American. I'm not Canadian.
Double kill.
Oh no! Yo! What? That's not what I was trying to do! That was terrible. I literally almost blew myself up. That was awful.
Double kill. Killing frenzy.
Let's go.
Kill.
Let's go, boys.
Reinforcements.
Reinforcements remaining.
Official Mike said in the chat. Our Prime Minister isn't senile, but he is a sociopath.
Canada? Yeah, that's the worst.
Mike said in the chat. And a narcissist.
Yeah, it's always worse when the person is actually genuinely evil and not just dumb and stupid. That's always worse. What are you doing, bro?
Official Mike said in the chat. YTP no newbie and the quest for the Hache.
The what now? The Hache? What's a Hache? I have no idea what a Hache is. What the heck is a Hache? Let's go.
Official Mike said in the chat. He's not Putin evil, but as evil as the playground bully.
He's close. Same ideology, more or less.
DJLL reacts. Said in the chat. JOJ.
Without the ideology of Putin, without the ideology of Hitler, you don't have the ideology of Putin. You don't have the ideology of Trudeau. Like, authoritarianism is, it doesn't really matter who you're oppressing. Oppression is always bad. So I mean, there are some strains of thought that will say, hey, some oppression is okay. Those people are wrong, and those are and that's how you got the Nazis in the first place. So I mean,
DJLL reacts.
Now it can be hard when the people who are saying, oppression is good, are trying to oppress people who are bad. Now, people being bad doesn't mean that you get to oppress them. It just means that they're bad. But people out here trying to be too extra, especially in the age of cancel culture, where if you're not like going Super Saiyan on the people who are bad or racist or sexist or whatever, then that you've got to be a bad guy.
15 minutes remaining.
Like, so it's also kind of ridiculous. You have people kind of going sicko mode for no reason, trying to prove that they're not as bad as the bad guys. I mean, I think it's a lot better to have a policy where you have to prove that you're bad. Don't prove to me that you're good. You know, you got people out here thinking all white people are racist. Like, what?
Official Mike said in the chat. Our premier is insane. Our premier believes anti-vaxxers need to be part of the protected rights group.
Well, they should be. Ain't nobody else gonna protect them.
Official Mike said in the chat. We've tried and people still voted for him.
Wait, hold on, what? Yeah, it's wild. But the thing is, like I said, it's really easy to lure citizens into an oppressive political hierarchy if you're arguing to oppress people who are unpopular or bad. So, for example, look at what's going on in America, right? We've got something pretty similar with the whole MAGA crowd. You know, now granted, you know, the storming of the Capitol is something that needs to be punished, but you have a lot of people who are getting disproportionate punishments for what they did. I think it's not exactly persecution, but it borders on it. Not necessarily because they're getting sentenced, because hey, they probably should be sentenced, but it's mostly the fact that the sentences are so ridiculously harsh, especially when compared to Black Lives Matter and Antifa protesters who have done a lot worse. It's pretty obvious that pretty much all the convictions are politically motivated, which is actually a little bit more worrying because in general we should be prosecuting all violence, and we're not for some reason. Like, we're just like letting some slide and only prosecuting it if it hurts, if like doing so is like a good thing for the Democrat Party, which in itself is like really whack.
Reinforcements.
The premier said, in modern history, nobody has been discriminated more. Our premier said, in modern history, nobody has been discriminated more than anti-vaxxers, which is funny. It depends on what you mean by. It depends on what you mean by modern history. I would argue that that's definitely not true. I think white people have been discriminated against more than anti-vaxxers if you look at affirmative action. Granted, I'm not in the anti-vax community, so I don't really know all the ways that society's kind of going against them. I do think that there are some forms where it's like, you could argue that it might be, you might be able to argue
Double kill.
that it's discrimination, but I don't know. It's pretty low grade of discrimination compared to discrimination of other groups. Like, if you're gonna tackle discrimination, I don't think that the discrimination of anti-vaxxers should be the first thing on your agenda.
Got their ideals from V for Vendetta.
Yeah, I mean honestly, the modern Democrat Party, they're mimicking like you know, like Stalin and Hitler and those folks. So, you know, it shouldn't be surprising that they're, you know, enacting, you know, oppressive regimes wherever they go.
Said in the chat. Opinion on the Bjork art I made.
On the Bjork art you made? Oh, that was pretty cool. I thought it was, oh dang it, I thought it was really nice because it seems like it was a pretty faithful interpretation of the album art that you were imitating, but at the same time like a very distinct and unique art style. I thought was pretty cool. It felt fairly minimalist. You got all the details down like pretty well, so honestly it was pretty cool. Do you typically do art on your streams? I'm not like super familiar with your routine on all your streams. It was fun. I was able to catch a couple streams over the past 2 weeks. That was nice. Dang it.
Official Mike said in the chat. Time to revolt against the government. Official
No,
Mike
I don't think so.
said in the chat.
Honestly, it's not time to revolt against the government. It's just time to stop watching the news.
DJLL reacts. Said in the chat. I do art on stream. Sometimes I should do one where I just do art.
What happened to the sound of the game?
Double kill.
I don't think it's time to revolt. I think it's time for most people to just stop watching mainstream news because, especially during political cycles, the worst time to watch the news is during political cycles. They hype everything up, and they always dial everything up to 11, making everything more and more inflammatory. They contribute to all of the they contribute to the polarization of America. You know, like CNN and MSNBC, Fox News, they all say crazier things than they would otherwise, just because it's big ratings, election season, and it's pretty reprehensible, but it's what they do.
Said in the chat. The news is the clickbait era.
Well, yeah. News was always the original clickbait.
Enemies remaining.
News was the original clickbait. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Last enemy.
You're done. You're done.
Official Mike said in the chat.
Mythic.
I YTP the debates.
Round start.
Wait, what debates? Man, that stinks because there's so much potential there, but you probably just made it a bunch of pooping and peeing and gay sex jokes, right? I'm sure it was interesting and fun to make, though.
Overkill.
Said in the chat. No joke, I love post by Bjork.
Killing frenzy. Overkill. Double kill.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh yeah. Now I don't know how many enemies there are in this one.
Double kill.
Let's go. One thing I will say, I wish the compressor or what the auto duct did was only duck audio based on how loud I'm being. If I'm not being that loud, don't duck all the audio.
Reinforcements.
Like, don't duck the desktop audio because I'm whispering. Like, I think that's kind of dumb. I'm not talking about a binary threshold because the OBS
In the chat.
thing already has that.
Bjork guide saved on my phone and it shows what album to start at and it goes through the process of her albums.
The Bjork guide? I know there was a guide.
Rampage. Double kill.
There we go. There we go. No. Yes. Those big guys were pretty hard to kill.
Said in the chat.
Remaining.
What is going on, Giga Chat? Official Mike said in the chat. No.
Oh, hey, Mr. Pizza, what's up? I'm just over here talking about politics and the Democrat Party and Hitler and Putin and the Prime Minister of Canada.
Official Mike said in the chat, I made Biden say the president does MEETH and Trump saying fake news I do W33D.
What? What? I don't get it. Is that like an inside joke?
Double kill. Reinforcements.
Reinforcements?
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, did you talk about the KKK as well, aka Daniel Lord?
No, I didn't. The thing about the KKK is that doesn't really fit the paradigm what we're talking about. We're talking about political hierarchies. The KKK was basically a cross between a paramilitary and a domestic terrorist group. So they don't really fit into the paradigm of, you know, modern authoritarianism. I don't think. Now, one could make the argument that, you know, Antifa and the Democrat Party are pretty similar to the KKK and the Democrat Party at the time, but I just don't know if the similarity works, the comparison works, and I'd have to dig into the KKK a little bit more.
Double kill.
I do know that there were some links between like the KKK and the Democrat Party, because they were Democrat organizations. So.
Double kill.
Official Mike said in the chat, I talked about Biden talking of his son Bobo.
Bobo?
Official Mike said in the chat, the KKK inspired Hitler.
What? Is that true?
Double kill.
Let's go. Yo, I don't know if the KKK inspired Hitler. Maybe, especially if they inspired him to make the brown shirts, that would make total sense.
Reinforcements.
Because I would understand, like it would make complete sense if the if Hitler saw what the KKK did for the Democrat Party and he was like, I want that, and then he made the brown shirts. Like that would make total sense to me.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, me and my friends recorded a YouTube's garbage people tier list a few nights ago. Daniel Lord got a high ranking cause he's a garbage person.
Makes sense. I don't know, it's super weird. I feel like a lot of you guys...
We can't have nice things. Official Mike said in the chat, in a weird way, yes, Hitler loved American media, especially Henry Ford, whom was with them.
Interesting. It's super weird. I feel like a lot of you guys find way too much satisfaction in just putting other people down. Like, sure, there are people out there that suck. Cool. But you guys are literally having like the March Madnesses of who is the most cancelable in your discords. I feel like it's kind of strange. Like, you've got to be able to like make yourself... You gotta find ways to feel good about yourself without, you know, comparing yourself to racists. Because what does that say about your self-image? Like, do you really think that there's no way for yourself to, Let's go. I don't know, I just think it's kind of weird and borderline lame that you guys are constantly... you're spending so much time focusing on like racists and how like you need to cancel them or something. Like, cancel culture is terrible enough. Like, do you want to be next on the chopping block?
Reacting to Hitler compilations. Because he never refuses a request because he gets paid.
Okay. What were his reactions good? I don't know, like it's fine. Like I don't know what the big
Official Mike
deal is.
Said in the
like I said,
I never feel good about myself, so I drown myself in caffeine. 70 plus on my bio tests. Mr. Pizza. Said in
bro.
Giga Chat, I hope you know Daniel Lord is an inside joke just like the YT piece we watch.
Yo, I need more balanced viewers. Yeah, I do know that it's a joke, but still, you guys literally mentioned that you're having a who is the most cancel. You guys literally just said you're having like the who is the most cancelable Olympics. That's like kind of weird. I mean, I think I said this on DGLL's stream once. Like, I would, if people didn't know who,
we need to hold this area at all costs.
If people didn't know who Hitler was, I would react to him.
Said in the chat. His reactions to his YTP on him making YouTube great again.
And the reason I would react to Hitler if people didn't know who he was because I could expose, like, how bad he was. Like, just like how I reacted to Andrew Tate, you know?
Official Mike said in the chat. I had no idea of the most cancelable thing till just now cause I'm too busy with school and health.
You had no idea of what?
First strike. Double kill.
I'm kind of confused by what you meant there, Mike. Also, Mike, how did you find my stream? Because I don't remember the first time you popped in. I just remember you kind of showing up.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat. No, I said it was YouTube's garbage people tier list. It's a bit clickbaity since we only covered people within our communities and surrounding communities.
That makes sense. I mean, I think it's still kind of...
Mike said in the chat. I sold my soul to the devil.
I don't think you can technically do that. But that's a conversation for another day. And also a conversation of which I'm not really qualified to speak on.
Said in the chat. But we had fun recording it, and that's all that matters is you're enjoying recording the content, you know.
I mean, that matters a lot, yeah.
Said in the chat. Like
I guess I just think that making
Official Mike said in the chat. I was sub to
there are few hobbies lamer than canceling people. Like, it's pretty hard to find a lamer hobby. So yeah.
Official Mike said in the chat. I did it and my life got better, but people do people.
Wait, you what? Well, you did what? I'm confused.
Official Mike said in the chat. Starting petty drama is lame.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Like, I don't get the point of running around seeing how many people you can cancel. Like, bruh. Now, granted, if you guys want to make canceling people your prerogative, your passion.
I sold my soul and life got better for me, but I don't judge.
If you're gonna be out here,
said in the chat. I mean, I primarily react to YTPs.
If people are,
sometimes on occasions I'll talk about Daniel Lord, but I usually avoid drama.
If people are out here gonna be like, yo, like canceling people is my hobby, I mean, it's your prerogative to come up with it, whatever
Mike.
hobbies
Said in the chat.
you want to have.
Maybe I'd do it to someone on April Fools, but ITLL be a total joke video and really not anything seriously.
I don't know. I just feel like running around canceling people is a waste of time. And also it sucks because it will catch up to you. People will start canceling you. Because you'll harbor the type of community where people like canceling people. That took way too long. Yo, this has 360-degree range. Let's go. I definitely need to take this into a,
Mr. Pizza said in the chat. I don't just go to Twitter and be like, oh yes you sir said something cancel-worthy cancellation.
Yeah, no, it's Discord.
No. I don't look for drama. I only cover drama if it involves me.
That's good.
Official Mike said in the chat. I don't use Twitter much, it's a cesspool of toxicity.
Yeah, that's true. I do. Oh my goodness, what? Bro! I was using that!
Said in the chat. I listen to music, do school, make content, and breathe, that's my prerogative.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat. Like if someone wants to cancel me, go ahead, I don't care. My channel is irrelevant, so it's not like you get any benefit from canceling me.
True.
Official Mike said in the chat.
And I guess
Pizza, you didn't respond to the Liberator canceling you.
I guess the
ALL reacts.
what?
Said in the chat. Plus I'm writing an EP. Mr. Pizza said in the chat. Mike, that was April Fool's, my G. Official Mike said in the chat. I make metal albums.
Oh, that's pretty cool. There's something in the chat I wanted to react to, but the chat has been going by so quickly. I haven't gotten a chance to go back and look at it. But I will say one more thing about cancel culture and how, you know, that's fine because you have no stakes. I don't think I agree because, you know, everyone who is going to cancel people generally will do it because they think that they have nothing to lose, or at least they don't have more to lose than they have to gain. The problem is that eventually you will have something to lose, and then you got to figure out, you know, what are you gonna do when you do have something to lose? Oh my goodness. Like, all you guys in my chat right now, your channels are probably gonna your channels are probably gonna grow. Let's face it, right? You probably are going to like end up being
Mr. Pizza.
You know, relatively known content creators if you guys keep at it.
If someone cancels me and it affects my channel that badly, I can just make a new channel under
Not how it works, bro. It's not how it works.
Official Mike said in the chat. I cancel people whom genuinely should be canceled, but I back it up with evidence.
Never cancel people. Never cancel people. Maybe expose people and move on, but never cancel people. I think the way ISM does it, is the most tasteful.
Official Mike said in the chat. Which I rarely need to.
That's good. Oh my goodness.
Official Mike said in the chat. Yet ism's way.
Yeah, ISM is definitely the best.
5 lives left.
Because, especially since, like, he literally just explains what happens. he doesn't spend a lot of time doing like ad hominem attacks. And stuff like, there's a big difference between exposing someone and causing drama. He just exposes people.
Said in the chat. He backed it up with evidence.
That's fine. Even then, you could still start drama with evidence. But he doesn't do that. He just explains situations and then leaves. That's the best way to handle these things.
DJLL reacts. Said in the chat. Colin's editing was awesome for the one when we exposed it.
Exposed what? Oh, you mean the Mohawk dude? I don't know why you guys are calling him Mint. That's kind of weird. Just call him by his name.
At the end of the day, I just make content for fun. I'll make whatever I want. I'm not gonna turn this into a career, like hell no. Like I said before, I only cover drama, not started.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You know, Penguin Zero does this pretty well.
Official Mike said in the chat.
The only thing is,
honestly, no newbie looks cool with the hoodie and glasses.
The only thing, thanks.
DJLL reacts. Said in the chat. Yes.
The problem is, I don't see any longevity in covering drama personally, because what's gonna happen is people are gonna be there for like the drama and not me. So what if there's like drama going on that I don't want to cover? Am I gonna cover it just so that my channel could keep on going? Also, your channel, your content age is like fine milk, because like, let's say I become a drama channel and I make drama channels about whatever's happening right now. No one is going to watch those videos in a year.
Said in the chat. Can I make you into a cameo for YTP The Liberator and the quest for certified Mbappe banger?
Come on! Dang it! Dang it!
One life left.
Oh no. Yeah, it's cool. It's nice to hear your guys' perspectives on everything. Nice, nice. Is this weapon good?
Official Mike said in the chat. It'll just have you look not amused at all from the Liberator for him doing something stupid. Mr. Pizza said in the chat. My drastic changes coming to the channel video age it like a fine glass of milk. I never committed because I was scared I'd lose my audience. But I can change that now because I hit 1K.
Sorry, I missed what you had said earlier. Yeah. Feel free to include me in whatever YTP you want. You pretty much never have to ask me permission to put me in anything. Of course, if you guys, you know, make content specifically to make me look bad, I'm not gonna like it, but I'm also not gonna stop you guys from making whatever content you want.
No lives left.
My drastic changes coming to the channel age like a fine glass of milk. Never committed because I was scared I'd lose my audience. No, experimenting is good. But there is something to be said for sticking to something. So don't say it was a bad thing for like to experiment. But maybe make your experiments last a little bit longer, so you can give them more time to see if they'll succeed.
Said in the chat, I'm not gonna Sodoman style you, that stuff nasty.
You're not gonna Sodoman style? I'm confused. What? What does that mean? What is Sodoman style?
Official Mike said in the chat, Mr. Pizza, you can just sub bot.
We can't
Mr.
afford to let them
Pizza.
hold that area.
Said
Dang
in the
it!
chat,
Dang it!
sub
Dang
bots
it!
don't work.
You're sub-botting me? Don't sub-bot me, bro. I hate it when that happens, to be honest. Don't sub-bot me. Okay, hold on. You said my drastic change is coming to the channel. Age, like,
Official Mike
buying glass of milk. I never committed because I was scared to lose my audience, but I can change it now because I hit 1K.
YTPS of people often having pedophile jokes. Mr. Pizza said in the chat, Sodoman is a YTP creator who makes super edgy YTPs. Like he uses racist and P3 jokes.
And then you guys wonder why I don't like YTPs. It's because all of that edgy, racist, and pedo jokes, those are all in lines of everything that supposedly makes YTPs funny. Be shocking, you know. Say things that are taboo. Say things you're not supposed to say. Ooh, pee pee poo poo. Well, this is what you get eventually. People keep on pushing the envelope until the envelope is filled with anthrax. And then you're like, I didn't expect this to blow up in my face. Well, I mean, you should have. Because that's just the natural conclusion of how these things go. Edgy for edgy's sake. Just leads to more edginess. That shouldn't be a surprise.
Official Mike said in the chat, I wouldn't go on you.
What does that mean? You wouldn't go on me? What? So confused. Well, in any case, I'm gonna wind things down. I'm about to head to bed. Thanks everyone for hopping into the chat. You guys made the stream pretty fun. Something that would have otherwise been pretty bland.
Official Mike said in the chat, I am nowhere near as edgy.
That's good.
DJLL reacts said in the chat, I remember reading the wiki article ABT the anthrax mail stuff.
Oh yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
Said in the chat, I don't make edgy YTPs necessarily. I go for a chaotic style.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen your YTP, so I don't know.
Official Mike said in the chat, Mr. Pizza can confirm my YTPs aren't as edgy as Sodoman.
That's good. That's good.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, I'm glad the TDS was on very fun and interactive stream.
Yeah, for my streams, if I'm not looking at TTS or anything, it's typically because I have a very specific plan, you know, for the stream or for the day. Today I had very few plans. 2 things to react to specifically, and then play some video games. I think I reacted to a few more things I planned to. You guys brought up some cool topics for me to talk to while I was playing solos. Like, it's mostly when I'm playing with other people that I'm not going to look at or listen to a chat. But it can get really tough when a lot of you guys are popping into the chat. Now, granted, it's great. I absolutely love it, but it was kind of funny because I was gaming, and at one point you guys were sending so many things in the chat that I was like, wait, hold on, what? I need to go back and read the chat again. But seriously, y'all, thanks for popping in and making the stream so nice and relaxed. We had a nice vibe on today's stream, not gonna lie.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, I got 2
YTPs in reaction, they'll be some of my best works. Nice, very cool. I guess you guys can probably tell when I'm more relaxed in my streams, because like I don't know. It's not like I was like uptight in my previous streams, but it was a lot of, okay, I got my plan. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna make my content. Now it's not bad to do that, but it's also good to be relaxed while you're making the content, because that can make the content better. I think at least it works better for my personality. So I'm happy with how my stream turned out. Oh shoot, I forgot my B-reel. I'm behind on my B-reel. I'm late. Hold up, I gotta make my B-reel. Wait, hold up. There we go. It's fine. I made my B-reel.
Pizza. Said in the chat. I will say Charmo's gay porno extravaganza was
Yeah.
probably my edgiest YTP.
Yeah, I'd have to say that's a little bit edgy. What did I say? Alright, thanks y'all for tuning in. Peace out.